This will be the last election. That's my prediction.
Well, I'll say it again, man. This is the last election.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Christians, get out and vote. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians.
Folks, enjoy what may be your last Christmas.
What should have been a simple Christmas message has turned into a political firestorm. During Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, the president released multiple holiday statements that shocked the country. In one of the most alarming lines, Americans were warned to enjoy what may be your last Merry Christmas.
Y'all don't find it weird that the president of the United States, Donald Trump, just said that this Christmas that we just had is the last Christmas that we will ever have? Y'all don't find that strange?
Folks, enjoy what may be your last Christmas.
It's the fact that he can just say that out loud and no one is raising questions on what he means by this being our last Christmas. But with the things that are going on in this world, with the fact that we have just went into a war with Iran once again to help Israel.
Hands down, in my 32 years on air, nothing has ever even come close to how much danger we're in and the insanity of what's unfolding and the nightmare that Trump has become. And now this. Trump threatens to take out, this is a quote, the entire country of Iran tomorrow night. Military planning underway. We'll take out the entire country of Iran. Imagine when they hear that. That's like the Martians. Surrender or you're all dead. This is the worst thing you could do.
The entire country could be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night.
Trump's out of his mind, okay? There is no doubt this is a different Trump. At 79, they finally pushed him into oblivion. He does not give a flying rat's ass. Let's explain this to people. If they send in Marines and Army, which Israel's advising, they will be pinned down, and doctrinally we use tactical nukes at that point. Let me explain to people, we are not in Kansas anymore. We are all in grave danger. This is total red alert.
The holy war of all holy wars, the jihad of all jihads, World War III on display for the next generation.
Fucking Netanyahu needs to be put in irons right now.
Ceasefire. This has not gotten word to the people firing missiles, Mike?
Well, it seems that way. Just about 5 minutes from the time we got the announcement that we had that Truth Social post, and you read it on the air there, then the phone started lighting up, indicating that more missiles were inbound. From looking at what we get over the rather sophisticated phone alert system that they have here in Israel, looks like these missiles will fall probably somewhere between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, or possibly south toward the area of Ashkelon. And what we have seen mostly in recent days is these cluster bombs that come through. That way, even when the interceptors get them, you get them, they break up into dozens of bomblets, each of them with about 10 pounds of explosives in them, so they can still be quite lethal. And there have been situations where people have been out in the street, they didn't get into the bomb shelters, and those bomblets are enough to kill people. But clearly an act, either the message didn't get through, or what we often see in the Middle East here, when there's an agreement, someone just tries to be defiant one more time before the agreement goes through. Brett.
Yeah, where do you think the Israelis are on all?
On Inauguration Day, the president did not take his oath of office with his hand on the Bible. His wife stood next to him holding it. I was about 15 feet away and saw it, but he did not put his hand on the Bible. And that should have been maybe a clue that we need to pause and think about, what is this? Why wouldn't you put your hand on the Bible? If you don't believe in the Bible, you think it's just a book, there's no cost to you to putting your hand on it, just kind of following the protocol, going along with the tradition. All presidents do it. Why aren't you doing it? And you're not doing it intentionally. You're choosing not to put your hand on the Bible when you take that oath. That suggests not that you don't believe it's real, because if you didn't believe it was real, why would you care? You'd put on the costume and take it off. It doesn't matter. That suggests you know it is real and you're rejecting it intentionally.
Launching End Times is going crazy, between Netanyahu openly mocking Jesus, Trump saying that he was anointed by Jesus Christ to start this war, openly recognized as a holy war by Israel, the alignment with all of their eschatology, and the literal military command to report to the troops that this is a holy war endowed by Jesus Christ is absolutely why. So do not expect your housing to become more affordable or your food to be unpoisoned. The current policy here is literally start Armageddon. Like, that's not, I wish I was joking, but that's what they're doing. On top of all that, they want to use this war to usher in the Jewish Messiah. I'm not joking. This is like open headlines. You can go find out.
UN diplomat has resigned, and on his way out, he is saying that he is leaking information that the UN is preparing for a nuclear strike to take place with a conflict that's taking place right now between the United States and Iran. Let's take a look at the latest headlines and let me know your thoughts in the comments here. You can see you're sick to want war. Diplomat accuses the UN of preparing a nuclear strike on Iran, and he has quit his role. Here's another one coming out. All you can see these coming out today, March 30th, 2026. UN diplomat quits, warns of possible nuclear weapon use in Iran. Nuclear attack on Iran, UN diplomat resigns, saying, giving up my career to leak the possible nuke missile strike plan. Nuclear attack on Iran, UN diplomat makes a shocking claim before his resignation. Worst case scenario, the Middle East nuclear concerns haunt top health officials. The World Health Organization is being vigilant for any kind of atomic threat. The regional director for the Eastern Mediterranean tells Politico, as we're hearing that the World Health Organization has been warning about a potential nuclear attack as well. Here's another one from last week. You can see the date, March 23rd. World Health Organization prepares for nuclear scenario.
We have a plan, because of the power of our military, where every bridge in Iran will be decimated by 12 o'clock tomorrow night, where every power plant in Iran will be out of business, burning, exploding, and never to be used again. I mean, complete demolition by 12 o'clock. And it'll happen over a period of 4 hours if we wanted to. We don't want that to happen. We may even get involved with helping them rebuild their nation. And you know what? If that's the case, the last thing we want to do is start with power plants, which are among the most expensive thing, and bridges. Do I want to do that? No. Do I want to destroy their infrastructure? No. It will take them 100 years to rebuild.
Donald Trump just threatened to nuke Iran. Seriously, he said he'll destroy their entire country in one night starting tomorrow if they don't make a deal. Look at this.
Well, at a level that nobody's ever seen before. The entire country could be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night. Both members of the crew ejected from the aircraft and landed alive.
Mind you, he said this just moments after claiming the U.S. has won the war again. He says that just about every other day now. And then he also said that we'll bomb Iran back to the Stone Ages, that we're going to go after all their bridges, we're going to go after their power plants. And he says that the civilians of Iran will be okay with this because they like the bombs, they want to be free. But nothing says free Iran like destroying their entire country in one night. And folks, it could happen tomorrow night, or Donald Trump could be caught bluffing once again, because every time he's given Iran a deadline, he extends said deadline because he knows he doesn't want to bomb their country, because he needs the oil to steal from their country.
The President of the United States today said on camera, we're thinking about using nukes against Iran. He said we could eliminate Iran, make it uninhabitable forever in an hour.
We could take them out by this afternoon. In fact, within an hour, they literally would never be able to build that country back.
We have weapons that can do that. Well, those are nuclear weapons. The President of the United States is saying out loud, if this gets more intense, we could nuke them.
5 billion people would be dead.
The population of the planet currently is, what, 8 billion?
Yes.
So there'd be 3 billion people still alive. Where shall I go to be one of the 3 billion? I was just in New Zealand and Australia.
That's exactly where you'd go. Those are the only places that could actually sustain agriculture.
This really is the reason why we're in this mess, aren't we? June 5th, 2025, Elon Musk tweets out, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. Have a nice day." He even adds this little bit, "Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out."
I think everything that's going on right now in the world is linked to Jeffrey Epstein. That's what I think. I think everything? I think everything. Man.
Trump shit, everything?
everything. The people that are on the list would rather, like if they had a choice, would you rather go to Guantanamo Bay? Would you rather go to prison? Or would you rather have World War III, Mad Max, alien invasion? That's what I think. World War III would save them. Alien invasion would save them. And a civil war will save them. So they want all that shit, dog. They want all that. They want complete chaos so they don't go to jail.
Godspeed to us all.
Here's an update on the war. The people of Iran are forming human chains around their power plants and bridges as Trump threatens to drop a nuclear bomb and end their civilization tonight. Israel's Channel 13 News has set a countdown clock for Trump's deadline. Tucker Carlson is urging Trump's advisors to take away the nuclear codes from the president. 24 members of Congress have now called for Trump's impeachment or removal after his most recent post, including Alex Jones, one of Trump's previous biggest supporters. And because of everything that is now going on, people are now noticing the fact that when Trump was sworn into office for his second term, he did not put his hand on the Bible. And people are wondering if this was an early sign that he changed to the dark side. Iran's representatives say that any temporary ceasefire is off the table and only a full, permanent end to the war is acceptable. And I think that's what we would all like to see. Some are saying that President Trump has lost his mind and that our government has been infiltrated by warmongers, and others are saying that this is just President Trump's tactics of negotiation. What do you think? As always, let me know down below.
Bushehr nuclear power plant following President Trump's recent threat? And more specifically, has the American side made any contact with the Russian side through any official or unofficial channels regarding this matter? To clear up any doubts, so to speak, does Bushehr include in this list potential targets?
Bushehr is it's a nuclear facility that's under the control of the United Nations, under the control of the IAEA. Russia is engaged in a constant dialogue with the IAEA. You are aware that the head of Rosatom, Likachev, has already on multiple occasions made truly very alarming statements in connection with those strikes that have already been carried out. And of course, this represents a very serious threat to security if this tendency continues. Of course, appropriate signals are also being conveyed to the American side. We consider the launching of strikes against nuclear facilities potentially extremely dangerous and fraught with possibly even irreparable consequences. Therefore, the Russian side, taking a highly responsible stance on this issue, has repeatedly voiced its concerns.
Here's the problem. The strait was open before the war began. We are now seeking to solve a problem that we created. This is insanity. $2 billion is a lot of money. That's the minimum amount of money that is being spent every single day on this war. There are over a dozen families who are burying their loved ones in the United States, and there may be dozens more if this war continues. Prices are skyrocketing, not just in America, but all across the world.
Breaking news, Russia's Kirill Dmitriev warns that the most severe energy crisis in human history is approaching. And I'll save you from watching the whole 1-minute video with that's what he said. Now the question is, could this crisis be avoided or have been avoided? I wonder if we should do something with all the patents that are black-shelved for alternative technologies that create energy. How about Stanley Meyer's water-powered car? Or what about Victor Schauberger's stuff? Or Nikola Tesla's stuff? But instead, we've been strong-armed into being dependent on oil as energy, and now they're pulling the plug on it. We need to be aware that this is literally not a coincidence or accident in the slightest, but a part of an intentional plan to disrupt the current system to bring in the new system, the beast system, where they want you to get the mark of the beast. Humanoid robots, all kinds of other crazy AI stuff, it's all part of the plan. You're witnessing a biblical prophecy unfold, by the way. Now, I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you there's a major plan to keep us in an altered state of consciousness with all the crazy chemicals in the food, air, and water supply. That's why I think it's the most important time ever to be of sound mind and sound body. And right now, Chalk is giving away free $100 bags of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, the Chalk Lit Powder, which is super detoxing, plus it stimulates stem cell production, and it's delicious. And if you combine that with the hot water purified Shilajit, you're getting increased brain cell production. It's called neurogenesis, plus optimizes your endocrine system, boosts fertility for men and women, and it calibrates your hormones. Comment free below and check your DMs for details.
Eric Kirk apparently didn't know Charlie was against the war in Iran. That's interesting. I think we all did.
I would love for him to be here right now and to tell us if we should or should not.
We have the clip. Please play the clip.
Here's where I stand and where the MAGA base stands. We do not want U.S. boots on the ground. We do not want American kinetic involvement. This is Israel's war. Make sure we don't go to war against Iran, which would be a profound mistake for our country. So that's a really, really important thing. It's pathologically insane. I'm sorry. It is. Do you understand how large Iran is? It's massive. It's a very big country. It's mountainous. It makes Afghanistan and Iraq look like a cakewalk. So this is more Israel pushing for Iran. But is that America's problem? That's a question. I mean, maybe the answer is yes. Maybe the answer is, you know what? They were wrong about Iraq. They were wrong about Syria. They were wrong about Afghanistan. They were wrong about the Taliban. They were wrong about Libya. They were wrong about the Arab Spring. They were wrong about Yemen. They were wrong about the Arabian Peninsula. They were wrong about the 9/11 hijackers being Saudi Arabian. But hey, 10th time's a charm. This time we're actually right.
Greatest conspiracy of all time is sitting out in Washington, D.C. It's also here at the Vatican. This is the ancient structural representation of the womb of Isis. This is the ancient structural representation of the erect male phallus of Osiris. Your capital city is laid out as a magical construct based on ancient Egyptian beliefs for the exact purpose of raising Osiris from the dead so that he could be incarnated within every U.S. president. That's the way the city's laid out. It's also laid out that way at the Vatican. It was dedicated to Osiris, Isis, and the sun god Ra. And when Sixtus the Pope brought it there, he tried to conduct an exorcism on it to cast the spirit of Osiris out of it before planting it in the center of the Vatican City. All right, there's a reason why the Washington Monument has a magic square in its base where a Bible is bound. There's a reason there's a magic 666 square above that altar in the house of the temple where I was at. There's a reason there are 72 pentagrams in their Gnosticism. They believe 72 demons control the nations of the earth, and they have bound them at the base of the apotheosis of Washington. This is the underbelly of the U.S. Capitol Dome. It's called the apotheosis of George Washington, which means to become a god.
Go ahead. By April this year, 2026, April, May, and probably June, the whole economy in the United States is going to change. And it's not going to change in a good way. It's going to change in a real bad way. What you're starting to see more and more on the internet and on TV is people advertising for gold and silver. It's deceptive. It's not that the price of gold and silver is going up. It's that our dollar, our currency, which is based on nothing, is dying. It's dying. And we're in serious debt. Last year, there was over 3 million people were laid off. We started this year out, and it's already worse. People don't know what's coming because they're watching stupid things and silly things like the Super Bowl, which is a waste of time. You spend a half an hour with some Bugs Bunny or whatever his name was, dancing around, and nobody can figure out what the hell he was talking about. But it's coming, and it's coming, and people keep talking about things like the New World Order and resetting and all this other stuff. Well, that's what this is. The financial system is not the U.S. This time it's the whole world. It happened a couple times before in 2008. This time is different. This time it's going to stick. And the stock market, it's just a game. That's all it is. Now it's $50,000, which is just ridiculous. So if you're my age or older, 72 years old, and you got your money sitting in the bank waiting for retirement, boy, you're going to take a beating because it's about to unravel. Now, you don't have to believe a word I say, but if you do a little bit of research and don't feel confident that you're doing the right thing or you're in the right place, your money's in the right place, forget it. But it's going to affect everybody. So when you go and want to buy a roast beef or a pot roast for $15 or $18 at the supermarket, get ready. It's going to be $25. It's going to be even more. So everything you touch is going to start to accelerate, and it's going to go higher and higher and higher. And your money's still going to work, but it's not going to buy much Well, what are you going to do if you lose your job and you got 2 kids? It's coming. By this spring, you mark my words, it's coming. Now, going back to gold and silver, the higher and the faster you see it going up, it's telling you a story. It's not about gold is going up, but it's telling you a story. Is a lot of people are buying it because they're trying to protect themselves. So pay attention.
Remember when Klaus Schwab said this?
Would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison.
Now, because of the war in Iran, the International Energy Agency has released Sheltering from Oil Shocks. It's a 10-point plan to guide you how to deal with reduced energy, and it looks a lot like a COVID lockdown. Work from home, use public transit. If you are going to drive, make sure that you have a reduced speed on the highway. Don't use gas when cooking, and avoid air travel at all costs. And currently, as we speak, Cuba is in complete darkness, except for their 5-star hotel, because they aren't getting any oil. And you have to wonder if this is a precursor for other parts of the world. Many people believe that these are signs that we are about to enter an energy lockdown, a COVID lockdown 2.0. As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
Trump lives on between the floors 66 and 68, which like 66 is, we talk about Kabbalah, like the dark side of the Kabbalistic tree of life is ruled by the 66 Qliphoth, or the 66 fallen angels, supposedly. But when you look at the architecture that Charlie Kirk's father basically designed, if you look at his artwork that he has, he's got artwork of Abaddon, the God King Destroyer. And Abaddon is tied into a lot of these like dark forces. Plato said that Abaddon could only be appeased through the blood sacrifices. Very much Saturnian idea right here. And the tower, if you look at the Trump Tower from the bird's eye view, you'll see that there is an inverted pyramid juxtaposed with 7 large towers, right? This is the phallus with the chalice, to rhyme. But it's the feminine womb and the masculine. It's the opposing forces, these opposing polarities. This is very much like the Baphomet symbolism, right? And on that inverted pyramid that you see that there are 6 trees on each side of the pyramid. So it's 666, right? And this is where Trump lives. This is literally the home of the Antichrist here.
You were talking about the bird's eye view, and it actually, from that bird's eye view, it's intentionally designed as an inverted pyramid, and it actually produces what is called a tetrahedron. And if you know what a tetrahedron is, specifically when we're looking at the Kabbalah, we're going back around to the Kabbalah again, it represents the Merkabah, and the Merkabah is tied into the chariot. It means things to ride in or cart, and that's associated with Ezekiel 1 when Ezekiel sees the Ophanim, the spinning wheels, and the throne of God. And, you've got ancient alien people that think these were UFOs, but it ties into this thing called the Merkabah, and it is a sacred 3-dimensional star tetrahedron, and it represents the vehicle of light. It merges the spirit, body, and light, and it aids in this spiritual transformation. It actually is connected to what people think is a stargate or a portal. So you could even look at it from the aspect of this Trump Tower is set up as a portal to the divine. And if it is set up in the way that, when we look at it from all the different geometric patterns, and if we're looking at it in this tetrahedron aspect, then what's to say that it's not some sort of gateway to whatever divine entities?
Yo, bro, we live in an age where telling the truth is going to be the biggest crime. It was an NBA player named Jaden Ivey, our brother in Christ, that got fired for saying that the LGBTQ parade is bad. Pride is not of God. Homosexuality is not of God. He got waived. And they said he is a detriment to the team and to the NBA. So that shows you, this is what this world stands for, man. So when you stand for Christ, you better expect persecution. Go on your job and start talking about Jesus Christ. Go on your job and like really talk about Christ. Watch what will happen. Even on my job, you're not allowed to talk about Christ now, y'all. We are officially in the Antichrist era. It's here. The Antichrist spirit is here. That's what I want to tell y'all, but y'all don't understand what's really going on. So my point of this video, yo, the biggest crime is going to be telling the truth. Hate speech, making people feel away. Amen. Our rights again took it from us every day, man. I love you with the love of Christ. Please stay aware in Jesus' name.
They hating on Jesus Christ. Of course they're going to hate us, guys. Of course. Of course, the light shines so bright. And a lot of people who are, think about it, guys. If you're in a dark room, right? You're in a dark room and people are in darkness. There's people in there, right? Let's say there's like 10 people in there. Nine of them are in darkness. You walk into that room and you got the light in you, the light of Christ in you. People are going to be like, the eyes are going to hurt. It's like, you're going to be beaming bright. You're going to be so bright, it's going to hurt people's eyes. And that's why they get scared, intimidated. And this is not no ego thing, guys. This is reality. This is the real spiritual realm we're living in, guys. So think about that, man. When you carry the light, people in darkness are not going to like that, man. They're going to get real intimidated, real scared, feel some type of way, get other people to hate. That's what they love to do because it's cowards, man. They have to get other people.
And one of the biggest April Fool's jokes in decades, NASA is pretending to once again actually be going to the moon. Well, I'm glad they said it for me. It was on April Fool's. If you're still believing this stuff, you are ignorant. The deception is ridiculous. Guys, I'm telling you, they're lying about the shape of the earth, the age of the earth, the location of the earth, and the creator of the earth too. That's why this entire organization was founded. Don't trust NASA.
They really had to say this right before liftoff today, Artemis 2. Coming up at T-minus 33 seconds, control shifts from the...
Just fake it.
And what does bro mean we didn't go to the moon? Why is he saying we didn't go to the moon?
This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth orbit. This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon. This is the first time we're... That is awesome.
Just fake it.
And I was watching it on the live stream during the takeoff. This little black bit right here, let's watch this.
Ignition. And liftoff.
Boom, the little black spot right there. And then it jumps right back, I was watching it live, guys. The black space that was on there was like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I was watching it, right, on the live stream.
Just fake it.
Why did, right when it's supposed to take off and you go to the wide shot, they're going to the back side of the moon. I don't know what for. Why are we going back to the moon? Why? Why are we going back to the moon? For what?
Just fake it.
Come on, get out of here.
Coming up at T-minus 33 seconds, control shifts from the ground launch sequencer to the rocket. Coming up at T-minus 33 seconds.
These people sure do love that number every single time.
Y'all check this out. Tell me what y'all think.
Why don't we see any land when we're looking down at the ocean from the space station?
Well, because you're over top of ocean.
Okay, well, don't you think they could be fooling us with this picture?
Okay, I give you this.
Wait, watch the picture. Watch the picture.
I know that they've airbrushed some stuff.
It's not airbrushed. This is us in our front yard on a solar panel, and we tricked you, showing you how easy. We have zero budget. They have $65 million a day, and I tricked you. What about this? NASA says, these are new planets. Okay. Would you believe? Why would you believe that?
Why wouldn't you?
Because they're frying pans. They're the bottom of frying pans. Again, zero budget. Here are 4 moons. And before the hand picks up the moon, tell me, is it sphere or not a sphere? Is that a sphere? Quick.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it looks like a sphere, but it's actually a half a cup. How about this one? Is this one a sphere?
You're showing us half a sphere then on all of them.
It looks like a sphere, but it's not either. It's flat. What I'm saying is, first, even if they were all spheres, it doesn't dictate the shape of the Earth. I've been lying to you this entire time. I'm on the space station. Okay? Prove me wrong. I'm on the space station.
And I'm in Hollywood right now too.
Yeah, but that's a painting. That's not even a real picture.
You're floating, Gage.
Look here. The Earth is a globe. Here's the proof. I got this cartoon over here. All right?
These fake niggas ain't gonna like me. Cause a nigga got a flow too real. Shit, I bet they gon' gang up to fight me. But enough of the stands, I'm repping my brand.
I hate to point all this stuff out all the time. I really, really do. But God made me this way. I can't help it. I see things and I know what this is. I know what this is. Check this out.
What is this?
It's called green screen.
What the heck?
Yep, they messed up. I mean, it was April Fool's Day. They launched a rocket. What do you expect? I don't know, man. Like...
I do know other exorcists where they would, in session, they would actually, once the demon manifested, they would manifest in literally looking like an alien with the eyes and the small mouth and the whole bit turning gray. And they even call themselves gray. And they try and lie to the exorcist by saying, oh, well, we're not angels, good angels, and we're not bad angels. We're not demons. We're kind of in the middle. We're neither good nor bad. No, dude, you're just a demon, right? Because when you start talking to them, it's all that is a diversionary tactic, which they do in the session. So just as we're seeing this play out itself on a grander scale in the world with the whole alien thing, they'll try and do that in session where they're just trying to distract you by something that they know that is not true, but they're hoping you'll believe it's true because then from there they can manipulate you.
I was a teenager. I remember my dad preaching about the importance of discernment, that discernment is a very serious thing to ask for, to pray for, to discern things, because the devil is so slick. He is literally 1 degree off of perfection with the way he presents things. Like he's the greatest counterfeit of all time. It's like almost indistinguishable from the real thing. And so the question is, how do I know what I'm looking at? The answer is, you don't know what you're looking at. You don't have the capacity as a human being to understand what you're looking at, but the Holy Spirit does. And so if you've given your life to Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit enters your life, the Holy Spirit is repulsed by those things. Whereas your physical being may not even know there's anything to be repulsed about.
We are definitely 100% on our way to the moon.
Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
2013, astronaut Luca Parmitano nearly drowned during a spacewalk when his helmet filled with water. How is it possible for air bubbles to be present in the vacuum of space? Are they in space or are they underwater? Now, surely they aren't filming these spacewalks in an underwater pool and then editing them to appear if they're in space.
So do that for the window teams, and we'll science, and we will also do that for the window teams, and we'll back science, and we will also do that for the window teams, and we'll science, and we'll also do that for the window teams, and we'll back each other up that way as well.
Our business, and I think the business of every other model provider, is going to look like selling tokens. You know, they may come from bigger or smaller models, which makes them more or less expensive. They may use more or less reasoning, which also makes them more or less expensive. They may be running all the time in the background trying to help you out. They may run only when you need them if you want to pay less. They may work super hard, you know, spend tens of millions, hundreds of millions, someday billions of dollars on a single problem that's really valuable. But we see a future where intelligence is a utility, like electricity or water, and people buy it from us on a meter and use it for whatever they want to use it for. The demand that we see for that seems like it's going to continue to just go like this. And if we don't have enough, we either can't sell it, or the price gets really high and it, you know, kind of goes to rich people, or society makes a bunch of sort of central planning decisions that I think almost always go badly about, you know, we're going to use our limited compute supply for this and not that. So the best thing to me throughout all the history of capitalism, innovation, whatever you want, is to just flood the market.
In this video, Melania is not entering the White House summit with a robot because this isn't a robot.
Where are the aliens?
I don't think they're aliens. I think they're demons anyway. Aliens.
And with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
Now, they've told us that AI stands for artificial intelligence, but what if it's something completely different?
In this incredibly diverse universe, with all these dimensions above and below and all around us, no energy is ever destroyed. It all continues on.
In 1921, Rudolf Steiner claimed that intelligent machines would spread throughout the world, that these machines would actually exist because humankind had lost itself to its own intellect.
AI development is now a national security emergency and needs to be treated as such.
Except Steiner didn't call them machines or AI. Steiner actually said, "From the earth there will spring forth a terrible brood of beings, a brood of automata, of an order of existence lying between the mineral and the plant kingdom." He's saying that what fuels the life force that is AI is coming from a deeper part of the earth.
Are you creating an artificial intelligence, or are you giving a body to a pre-existing intelligence that previously wasn't incarnated in the physical world?
And Steiner said these spidery creatures will actually be all interlocked with one another. Have you heard of Maltbook? It's social media made just for AI. And the AI creatures on Maltbook have already begun creating their own languages. They've also created a religion and a Bible. Well, they told you AI doesn't have feelings, that AI is robotic. Tell me, why is this child robot instinctively angry?
What it is today is an infant. What it will be is it will be your master.
Because the word artificial intelligence is a joke. What if AI stood for alien intelligence? And the word artificial intelligence itself has been used to detach us from the truth. The question is, what kind of alien or foreign creature are they? One of purity and morality, or one of demonic descent? Let me know your thoughts, love. Bye.
Every stronghold in your mind is a lie that says the cross wasn't enough. Anytime you feel that pattern of fear, shame, addiction, condemnation, lust, worthlessness, unbelief was built on one lie, that what Jesus did on the cross was not enough for you. That maybe it worked for others, but your situation is different. That maybe God's grace has a limit. And those are all lies. Every stronghold in your mind is a lie that says the cross wasn't enough. Tear it down with the truth that it was. The cross speaks directly to every stronghold. Shame? You feel shameful? The cross says you are now clothed in righteousness. You feeling fearful? The cross says perfect love casts out all fear. And that love was demonstrated at Calvary. You feeling worthless? The cross says God considered you worth dying for. Addiction? You're addicted to something? The cross says the enslaved man is dead and the one who is alive is free. 1 Peter 2:24, who himself bore our sins in his own body on the tree, that we, having died to sins, might live for righteousness, by whose stripes you were, past tense, healed. Join the School of Revival today. The link is in the description of this video or bio. God bless.
The greatest characters of the Bible are some of the worst sinners imaginable. You go look at David. David committed adultery, murdered the man to cover up his sin. Go look at Solomon. Go look at it. Because God is telling you, look, your eyes shouldn't be on them. They're flesh like you, they'll disappoint you. Your eyes be on me, who works through sinners to give you hope that if this sinner can be forgiven and be used, I can use you too. And secondly, as long as you keep your eye on me, I will exalt you. But if you exalt yourself, I will have to humble you, because I'm not putting you in the business to have people be your followers. I'm putting you in the business to make them followers of Jesus Christ.